welcome you back to City Stadium for the 17th Penny Derby meeting between Richmond and Madison. Tonight's match presented by Youth Crops. It's now time to take a look at our starting lineups presented by Ortho Virginia. Starting with Richmond, identical 11 for Darren Sawatsky's bunch compared to last week, which was a 3-1 victory over AV Alta. Keep your eye on Emiliano Terzaghi, the all-time leading goal scorer who scored a brace in the second half, including a stunner. Glazer in his fourth season, a 5-4-1 formation. A few changes from the defeat against Naples on March 15th. Jackson Dietrich. We get the referee signal and underway here from City Stadium. The 17th Henny Derby and the first of 3 meetings this year in Richmond as an opposing side at City Stadium. Perhaps more for Lapsley to deal with. In swinger, heart of the area, off the post. Terzaghi got his head to it. And he clearly had Lapsley beaten. Emiliano Terzaghi is playing with a different level of confidence after his second half brace a week ago. He eliminated memories of his missed penalty very quickly in that AV Alta match. Scored what might wind up being in contention for goal of the year from midfield in the 51st minute, and then later on polished it off with a classic poacher's goal. Terzaghi scored many of those in his time off rebounds. Already getting into some dangerous spots tonight. This is headed along for Boyce. Clever interplay here. McLaughlin! Excellent stop from Sneddon at his near post. And just hits it hard for power. Sneddon does what he's supposed to. 2 palms. Sets up Jackson Dietrich with Forward Madison's first corner of the match. Right in front of the Red Army. Toward the near post. And Kroll heading it out of play. It's Seufert to take. 28-year-old German. Marked his debut with a goal and an assist in the victory over Tormenta on March 7th. Near post, it was headed on by Cella. Cella scored some big goals in his short time with Richmond. He does get here on the near post. Well, Cella joined from the Kosovan top flight around the tail end of last season. And how did he mark his some tension to attend to? Boyce within swing. Back post. Drew Sneddon off his line. Still loose. It's in front. McLaughlin. Gebhard over the line. Madison snatching an advantage before the break, and it's Derek Gebhard striking for the Mingos. It's an industrious goal, to say the least. You see it just get played back in. McLaughlin got a touch to it, and then finally it falls loose. All Gebhard has to do is drive it past the oncoming convoy of kickers, and he will open his account for 2025 in the Henny Derby. 2 attempts for McLaughlin. Gebhard barred down. 1-0 Madison. High ball to the back post. It is beyond Barnathan, and that is where we leave things after 45 minutes. A 1-0 cushion for Forward Madison at halftime of the 17th Henny Derby. The obdurate defenses of Forward Madison, a side that rarely conceded a year ago. They will need to produce a goal in order to salvage a result at home in the first leg of this year's Henny Derby. Back underway here from City Stadium. A very intriguing 45 minutes away. Here's Espinal. Laying it off for Terzaghi. And now has a pop. Took an awkward deflection. Goes out for what should be a Richmond corner. Restart, Darwin Espinal just weaving through a sea of pink. And ultimately, it's the follow-up effort that is just deflected. Decent ball in. Doesn't quite clear the first convoy of Madison defenders. Now the second ball flicked on. Terzaghi once again getting a touch to it. No trouble for Lapsley though. This is a very promising start to the second half for Richmond. Two major chances. Terzaghi given his positioning. And ultimately right into the waiting arms of Lapsley. Well, if you are just joining us, we welcome you into Richmond. This is the second half of the first Henny Derby matchup of the year. Derek Gebhardt's 40th minute tally makes the difference at this current moment. O'Dwyer. Terzaghi. Macias reading the return ball to perfection. It was a busy first half for Jake Kroll, playing his usual outside center back role. Called into action on a number of occasions. Here's the goal scorer, Gebhardt. One-on-one! Gebhardt with a second! Catching Richmond out! It's 2-0 Madison! What a turn of events this is! A Richmond side that opened on the front foot, caught on the break, and it's a brace from Derek Gebhardt, which has Madison on the precipice of a huge 3 points away from home. You see this just get played through. Gebhardt has everyone beaten for pace. Derek Gebhardt, the beneficiary on both occasions. That's especially backbreaking if you're a Richmond supporter, because the first 2.5 minutes of the second half were filled with massive runs forward, but the defense switches off. Madison unlocking them on the counter. Derek Gebhardt bagging his second of the night here in the Henny Derby. Does Espinal have a response? It is still Darwin Espinal! What a finish that is! Richmond right back in it! The 30-year-old with a sensational strike. It's 2-1. Are you having fun yet? Espinal, the former goal, sprang it forward. Another foray forward for Richmond. Falls for Espinal! Nearly had another spectacular in his locker. Well, fans, welcome to the 2025 USL Kickoff presented by Terminix. Throughout the month of March, USL will be kicking off across the country. Join us for all of the action on ESPN and CBS Sports platforms. Well, on ESPN Plus tonight, we have a fun one brewing in the Henny Derby. 2-1 Madison. Darwin Espinal providing the lifeline of all lifeline moments ago. Brown. Boyce. Decent return ball to Nico Brown. Always dynamic with the ball at his feet. Cross in, back post! Sosa cannot hit the target. What a cross this is from Nico Brown. Evades everyone, including Schenfeld, and Sosa just can't keep it down. He had the entire near post at his mercy. After serving as one of the more dynamic wide midfielders in USL League One in 2024. Ball in towards Terzaghi! Kirkland in front and somehow cleared off the line. Turning the favor for Madison. It's a flick on from Terzaghi. Kirkland's waiting, just plays it too far. Billhart. Fitch was sent sliding. Billhart winning it back. And still Adrian Billhart goes down in the area. Loud appeals from the officials. The follow-up from Billhart is saved by Lapsley. Out of thin air it seemed. Adrian Billhart just doing it all by himself. Cheeky nutmeg on one. Then gets back up. Manages to bash it at Lapsley. We approach the final 10 minutes. Adrian Billhart continues to threaten for the Kickers. Schenfeld. Espinal, this could be his final involvement. One back, Munjoma. Has Sosa to his right. Faraday Sosa. Chella first to it. Crafty from Espinal. Bashing it ahead towards Kirkland. Floated ball towards Kirkland now. Anderson again. Espinal. And still Darwin Espinal! Corner on the way. Darren Sawatsky appears to have made the right move to leave him on, despite the fact that he is visibly laboring. His creativity has thrown Madison's defense off kilter. Vaughan to take, a former non-league man in England. In swing, back post. Falls for Billhart! Narrowly whistling it wide. What a moment that would have been. It ran all the way through, and it just gets escorted back to Adrian Billhart, who has a pop on the half volley. He caught it pretty sweetly, just beyond that far post. Scot-free card-wise. Brown wins it back. Nico Brown from afar. Can't trouble Sneddon. Just 2 minutes remain of our added 5. Issues clearing now for Sneddon. Garcia keeping it in play. Munjoma. Quick turn, Murphy laying it back across. Excellent stop from Sneddon, denying Galindrez. This appeared to be the golden moment. Excellent ball from Murphy. You see Galindrez juke his defender out of his boot. And it may become a game of keep away at the corner flag now. This time Richmond wins the throw. We're into the final minute of stoppage time. You wonder if the referee lets it run a bit longer for the time-wasting booking against Lapsley. Garcia was looking through to Galindrez. And a late booking against John Murphy Jr. And there is the full-time whistle. Forward Madison notches their first win of the league campaign in the Henny Derby.